If you're a permanent makeup artist and you're feeling stuck and you're feeling like what used to work is just not working anymore, you're not alone. If you're feeling the burnout and you're feeling like I'm just too tired and just things are not the way they used to be, you are so not alone. This is reality, and I'm here to talk about it. Hey guys, I'm Denise, owner of Radiant Ink Beauty Studios here in Torrance, California. And I've been in the beauty industry for 15 years, and I have been a permanent makeup artist and trainer for the past 7 years. So I'm just here to tell you that I'm watching more and more of this. And it is very heartening to see studios close and people, that just aren't in this anymore. Maybe it wasn't their journey anyway, or they got into it for the wrong reasons, but you're seeing it too. It's happening more and more. And it's not just because they're not talented or that we're not talented, you guys. It's just because the game has changed. What's going on? It's not where we were booked out for 3 months in a row. We can't even get booked out for a month now. And a lot of people are just questioning a lot of things, having burnout. So let's talk about this. There's several reasons why, you know what I mean? And I just compiled a list that I thought I could talk to you guys about and see if you could relate, and maybe see if I could also help you. See if one of these things could help you, get through these times, because I go through it all the time, you guys. I went from a 350 square foot little tiny studio to a 2,500 square foot training facility and procedure area. So it's been bananas. It's been nuts. So much more overhead, so much more to think about. I got clients and now students that I have to think about, and chair renters, mind you. So it has not been easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've just been flying through life, like just having so much fun with this new business, because in all honesty, it is not exactly what I thought it was going to be either. So I'm not here to deter you from not taking classes or getting in this industry. I'm here to help you and see if this is maybe something that you really want to do. So let's talk about the poor training and the things that happened in the beginning. Let's get back to the basics. And the first thing is the poor training, you guys. We don't have to talk too much about it, because we know that everybody jumped on this bandwagon a long time ago when trainers were offering make six figures, which absolutely drives me bananas, because you can't. You can down the road, but look, we got, the business side. Nobody says, oh, you got to learn how to be a marketer, how to be a photographer, how to be a psychologist, how to talk to your clients, how to do all these things. And if you don't have the proper training and the right mentorship, then you're going to not know what to do things. So if you're a new artist right now and you're struggling, probably your training wasn't the best. And now you're struggling. You don't know the business side. You don't know how to raise your prices. You don't know how to create certain things. You're just feeling this slow little client base, which happens when we first start. So you are exactly where you need to be. Don't think that you're not. But if there's no business education, then yes, you are going to be stuck. So that absolutely is another reason why. Oversaturation, bad trainings, and we're left here going, what do we do? That's why when I formulated Radiant Ink, you guys, I really wanted to create a space with my safety net program. That is something that I created because I didn't want other people to go through what I did, because I really wanted to excel in this industry, and I didn't have no mentorships, no proper training, really. I mean, had some one-on-ones, but now that I know that my first classes were actually like students who turned around and became trainers. So that was happening. I know a lot of us, that have been here for a while, have those same stories where we got trained by students too, and they had only a few clients under their belt as well, and they're turning around and training us. So hopefully that whole thing is gone now. So I was thinking about things that had burned me out. And so I compiled a list, and I'm going to tell you guys what I went through and I still go through, and maybe you can relate to these. So signs of burnout that you might be ignoring. And I have some really hard talks with myself, you guys. So I don't sugarcoat anything when I talk to myself about my business, about where I'm at, because, it's not going to help. And one of the things that happened to me was dreading those client days. And this happens whether we're doing really good in business and, sometimes if we're not, because if you're dreading having clients and you're steady or not steady, but you're just like, oh, I don't feel like brow mapping. I don't feel like talking to Sally and hearing about her cats or whatever. I love cats. We have 5, so I'd probably love to hear about that. But anyway, I would, what I mean, just like hearing stuff that, or whatever, you're not into it. You're like, oh, like for me, it was brow mapping. I'm like, I just don't want to brow map today. I just don't, I feel like no brow mapping. So you may be dreading your client days, and that could, obviously be a sign of burnout. If you're feeling resentment when your appointment's coming in, you're like, oh, why did I book this? Why did I book this mother-in-law who I know is going to be red flags and just really picky, So even though you are like, okay, I'm up for the challenge and I want to do a good job and I know that I can do this, you're kind of like, ugh, you know what I mean? So it does happen. Another thing too is you might be having some creative blocks or some emotional numbness, when it comes to this. Like your business, we are constantly trying to get clients and we have to be on social media. And so all those things can just be like, ugh, like I'm so over it. So those emotional blocks can be pretty huge when we're going through that burnout. And I think like social media for me, you guys, is huge burnout for me. Huge. I do my own. I'm good at it. I'm fast at it. But I mean, every day is just, I don't need to tell you. And then finally questioning if you're even like should be doing this, am I meant to do this? Should I be doing this? Like, and it is a huge question that after a while you could put that fear into your head and you can start to think, well, maybe I need to get into something else. Now, I know paying the bills is a whole nother thing and we have to pay our bills. So if you have to pivot, absolutely. But what I'm saying, if you start to question things, try not to let all that fear get into your head, because I know how much money you probably spent on your education, how much time, how much practicing that you've probably spent. And now you're wondering, should I be even be doing this? I mean, we do that on the very beginning too, because we're scared crapless about just doing clients. So you know what I mean? But it could be something that you could be questioning right now. Listen, burnout does not have to feel like a full-fledged mental breakdown, even though it feels like it is. You're going crazy. You're questioning everything. Sometimes it's just a feeling of being flat. You know what I mean? You're surviving your business instead of enjoying it. That's no fun. You created this so that you could be your own boss, so that you could enjoy your family more, so that you could take more vacations. And now it is not exactly what you thought it was going to be. And I'll be honest with you, I feel it too. I'm exactly the same. I would be lying if I told you this has been a breeze getting to how I've gotten here, which sometimes I don't even know how I got here, and it has been a lot of work. I don't have a team. I have my stepdaughter who, thank God, helps me with so many things. But for a very long time, it was just me. And I completely understand what could be going on in that brain of yours because you're not enjoying things anymore. All right, so what do we do? What do we do, Denise? What do we do to avoid or help with this burnout? So there are some things, and these are things that I have done as well. The first one is pretty simple. It's just try to reset, reset and rest. Take a pause, see what you can do. I know it may not always be easy just to take extra time off or take a week off, but see what you can do, just little small things in your schedule. See if you can take one client on a Friday morning, and then the rest of the day or evening you can spend time with your family, or a Sunday. For me, I had to create boundaries, and the studio is closed for me on Sundays and Mondays. Those are my 2 days off. And I'm not fully booked all the time either. So I do have times where I can do other stuff during the week, which makes it manageable. But definitely try to take, a short break in the industry. Maybe that's what you need, just something to change the pace or the direction in your brain. Maybe a shift or something like that can just reignite your passion. And that's all you needed was just some rest. Maybe you had a slew of like kind of boo boo clients and you're over it. So just take a break from all of that. The second thing too, you guys, is maybe to refocus your service. So we have to pivot in these changing times. Our books aren't being booked as much anymore. So that means that maybe you need to add on another service. That doesn't mean that you have to have shiny object syndrome like I have sometimes and go gangbusters and do tiny tattoos and inkless scar removal and saline removal. I actually offer and teach all of those, but yeah, train in one of those, blow that thing up, add it as a new service, and really make that one thing special. Because if you try to add so many different things on because you think that you're going to get more clients, a lot of times that doesn't work. I'm living proof of that. When I first started, I honestly wanted to do everything. And this is one of the reasons why I don't do eyeliner. I have all my clients wanting me to do eyeliner. I'm not scared of it. I was trained in it. But back in the day when they trained you on eyeliner, microblading, and lips in 5 days, yes, 5 days, I had to pick brows and go, okay, I can't add eyeliner on right now. Like I just forgot about it and I never added it back on. So brows and lips, I kind of focused on more. And then I added saline and all the other things. I'm also a fibroblast technician for the past 7 years, which in California, you can be a permanent makeup artist and do this skin treatment, which is really, really amazing for us to kind of fill our books up with. Saline removal, you guys, don't sleep on saline. I know a lot of artists want to just quickly say, no, go get laser, but you're leaving money on the table. I can't do laser because in California that is reserved for doctors only. So with saline, you guys, I've actually formulated my own technique that gets really good results. So saline, I actually really not enjoy doing because I know it sucks, but I don't mind because I am providing a good removal service. And actually, if you look into saline, it can be better than laser sometimes. So don't sleep on that saline removal. Another thing you can do, you guys, is raise your prices. Yes, I said it. Raise your prices. I am guilty of this too because I actually, in like the spring of this year and into the summer a little bit, I was feeling the crunch in the economy and I actually had some sales and lowered my prices. And then, I was starting to feel a little icky about it, to be honest with you, because I felt like I wasn't getting valued for what I have put into this, business for myself. And I was just absolutely not getting what I was supposed to be getting paid, my value. And as artists, I don't know why we do this, but we do. We do not charge what we are worth. And time, money, energy, all the things. And then we just go, here, this is what we're going to charge when we should. This is a practice, you guys. This is a huge deal. This took us a long time to perfect. Hopefully, you put a lot of energy into it, not just started a lot of faces or whatever. I mean, a lot of people are different, so I'm not judging, but when you raise your prices, you actually protect your energy as well. And because if you keep getting all these clients that are just burning you out and just having this little price, you're doing all this work and maybe you are getting some income, but you don't have to raise your price like $100 if you don't want to. Maybe start out with 25, maybe $50. And then you may have, not as many clients, but you will get those clients that want quality, that want you. So absolutely do not count out raising your prices. And if you haven't raised your prices in a long time, I absolutely would figure out if this is something that you need to do at this time. So raise your prices, protect your energy. Undermining who you are as an artist is going to cause you that burnout. So absolutely take a look at that. And if it's an option to you guys, and you don't have somebody you can talk to, or a mentor or a trainer, maybe invest in a mentor or find a group that you resonate with. I know on Facebook there are some good forums, the non-drama forums, right? That have some really good people in there that been through all the BS, and they just need people that are going through the same things that they are. And having somebody there that actually can relate to you can help relieve some of the stress, or that you're feeling, am I alone? Is it me? Is it my work? Are my pictures good? We get all in our heads, right? We start to like sabotage all the things that we have built, and it's not. It's just us, so us being in our head. So you just try to get in a different mindset. Try to figure out if there's somebody out there that can help you. For me, that's again why I created the safety net program that I have at Radiant Inc. Because I was left holding the bag, and I knew that there was so many other things that we needed to learn in this industry. So my safety net program, I absolutely love that I can help and mentor other people out. That's what this foundation was built on, you guys. My Radiant Ink Studio is this like vortex of love, because I will refuse to have people feel like they don't have somewhere to go. So try to find somebody you can relate to. Perhaps that'll help you. And then the last thing I kind of feel is that this is a big one. So try to stop consuming. Try to step away from the screens. If you're on TikTok all the time, if you're on Instagram all the time, I don't need to tell you what happens. We judge ourselves. We look at other people's work, and we start to think that we're not up to par. We, again, get in our heads. We're human. And we have this trigger comparison when we're like, oh my gosh, look at her. She's only 2 years in. I've been doing it for 5, and I don't have that work. Don't do that. You know what I mean? I've stopped doing this a good year ago, you guys. Like, I really have done a good job with just kind of staying in my lane. If I didn't have a business, I probably would not even be on social media, but we have to be on social media. So for me, I just post, I schedule it, or I do it right away. And, post right away, and I just forget it. Like, I don't even scroll like I used to. But to be honest with you, a lot of my feed is very spiritual or about cats or permanent makeup. So there's a lot of crap in there too that just consumes your time. And if I'm getting on a platform that's not making me feel good, then it's just unhealthy. So try to take a step back from that. Focus on your own work. Focus on your own goals. If you need inspiration, and you need to see, what are other people posting? How are they posting? Are they doing grids now? What are we doing, you guys? Are we doing carousels? Like, all the things we got to do. So I'll kind of search a little bit if I'm in the mode and I realize that I'm not going to be judging myself. You can go ahead and take a look if that's what you're going to be doing. But spending hours just scrolling is not going to do you guys any good. You don't need to look at other artists to succeed. You already know your journey. You already know how far you've come and how much work you've put into this. So that absolutely can probably help lift. You know what I mean? Help make you feel a little lighter. I know I do. And if you feel lost, like, what am I going to do with my time? Hopefully you can find something that you can absolutely work on your work, or spend time with your family or something like that, because social media is just so time consuming. With that, you guys, I just want to let you know, burnout, it's not a sign that you are done with this industry. It's not a sign that you're not cut out for this, that you need to quit, that you need to get into something else. It just could be that it's a sign that you need to change. You just need to create that energy to make that shift. You know what I mean? So don't quit. Don't get in your head. This is absolutely something that is manageable and is doable. So if you're feeling stuck or burnt out, I get it. I feel you too. I think a lot of us are feeling that. You're stuck. You don't have to stay there. Try these little things. Figure it out. You know what I mean? There's more ways to make your business feel good again. So I'll be sharing my tips and tricks every week. So if you guys want, I would love if you would subscribe. Let's share. Tell me if there's any topics that you guys want me to cover. This is just your daily reminder that you are not alone in this industry, and I am here to help you. All right, you guys, until next time, you take care. Mwah.